Battlefield Hardline has had quite the uphill battle since it was originally shown to us through its official beta. Many thought this game was just a glorified downloadable pack for Battlefield 4 with new character models and vehicles with flashing red and blue lights. I can assure you, however, this is not the case. Yes, Battlefield Hardline is much like its predecessor in Battlefield 4, visuals and all. However, it has gotten much more than new uniforms for its soldiers this time. The newest entry into this beloved shooter franchise does away with gigantic maps, jets, and tanks. Instead, it offers an experience that focuses much more on infantry-based combat. Yes, vehicles still exist, but without quite the same devastating punch in the offensive department. Vehicles are primarily used for transport in this iteration, only one vehicle that appears in certain maps holds a mounted turret. The jets are gone altogether, but police and getaway helicopters remain. This is a battlefield that asks the player to become more intimate with each skirmish. New match types delve into the themes of cops versus robbers nicely. In some, you will be capturing mobile points, as each one is a specified vehicle. Other modes, you will be escorting a VIP to safe points or securing money from a vault in your police or getaway van. Although these modes don't go as deeply into the concept as games like Payday 2, they do feel like they fit in with the Battlefield series. Map sizes have shrunk in this entry, but remain larger than most of those found in other modern shooters. This makes sure that in most match types, you are able to jump right into the action only a short while after spawning in. This strengthens the infantry-focused approach. All in all, these changes bring a spark of diversity within the franchise. As to be expected, both single and multiplayer portions of this game follow the cops and robber theme. As with the aforementioned changes to the multiplayer landscape, the single-player campaign gets some interesting changes as well. The story is that which fans of crime drama such as CSI and NCIS will feel at home with. There is a story to be told here, one that you will be much more interested in following than those presented in prior Battlefield outings. It has its cheesy moments, but this story of corruption is fairly well told. This is not another shooting gallery either. You will be expected to do more than move to the next checkpoint and clear out the enemies. With Hardline, we see an introduction of a stealth mechanic. In almost every level, you have a choice. You can run in guns blazing, or you can go into a situation quietly to make arrests. The first option is definitely possible, but will cause alarms to be tripped and enemy reinforcements will storm in. The choice to go quietly definitely feels the most rewarding of these two. You are able to sneak around the environment fairly easily, and once you approach an enemy, you can knock them out or yell freeze. If you choose to yell freeze, you will then flash your badge and brandish your pistol. But be quick, if you don't put them in cuffs, the enemy will start to get brave and reach for their firearm. If they become hostile, others will be alerted similarly to the guns blazing approach. This sneaking mechanic is very enjoyable and is a must in some later levels as you are left weaponless. To add to the new mechanics, you will also find new gadgets such as a scanner to search for evidence, as well as both a zipline and grappling hook for terrain navigation. These new gadgets add to the theme of the game, as well as give you multiple options on how to take on specific objectives. Do you want to go in quietly with a silent sniper? Maybe a grappling hook can help you get to that perfect vantage point. Whilst playing online, do you see enemy snipers on the rooftop below? Use a zipline to swoop in and take them out in the blink of an eye. You will see some changes to your weapons this time around as well. You no longer have the ability to carry anti-air weapons like the RPG or Stinger. These and heavy machine guns are only found in specific spots on the battlefield. Grenades are also off limits in the campaign this time. The choice in weaponry is also much smaller than in the past, but gives you enough to work with. This change gives you a chance to fully explore the tactical options with different loadout combinations. So the important takeaway here, Battlefield Hardline is a great online and offline experience. The story has much needed depth and a lot of variety. You will care much more about these characters than in more recent iterations of Battlefield's past. The gunplay may be largely the same, but new match types online and the focus on infantry combat makes this entry very much its own game. Even though it does have a minuscule number of guns online and smaller maps, once you find a good team to run with, it is apparent that this game deserves its place on the shelf of Battlefield fans and is definitely worth a try for any fan of the first-person shooter genre.